Hey guys, I got another product to try out today, and it is this Bluetti power station, solar power station. And if you know my setup, I have a big old inverter and a big old battery and a separate charger and all that stuff. And I don't recommend that for most people. I recommend an all-in-one system similar to this. But today we're going to give this a shot, and then it's going to go into my friend's RV down the street. So I'm sure you're familiar with this name, Bluetti. It's a very well respected brand name in the power station world. We're going to give it a shot today and test it out. Like I mentioned earlier, this is going to go into my buddy's RV. He has a really nice Solice, Winnebago Solice, he's always running out of power, so he feels like with this extra station that's going to be enough to get him over the top. This is the EB55 model, and this, Bluetti had some really good deals on Amazon Prime Day. So if you could get one of these on sale, that would be fantastic, because it's a really well respected brand name. Got the manual. Okay, so this is the 537 watt hours model, and I think the max is 700 watts continuous. So here's the manual. Let's see what we have here. Okay, here's the power brick. So if you want to plug it into your wall, you plug it into there and into the power station. So here's if you want to plug in a cigarette lighter. So this is really handy if you don't have solar panels or something. Just plug it into your cigarette lighter and charge it while you're driving. Here's the house outlet. If you're going to plug that in, you plug into your house outlet. And if you do have solar panels like I do, these are the ports for solar panels if you have this type of port. So let's take a look at the main thing. Take a look at this. Oh, look at that. There's a wireless charger right on top. So if you have a phone with wireless charging, you can just put your phone up there. That's awesome. Because you know what? A lot of people just use these things as a really nice phone charger, and we're certainly going to test it out as a phone charger. So it's got 4 USB ports, USB-A and 1 USB-C. So these USB-C ports are pretty new, and I'm seeing more and more things with USB-C. So it's 700 watts. Here's your input, whether you go solar or the cigarette lighter, or you go with the wall adapter. 4 plugs, accessories, and there's two 12-volt outputs. So if you want to have a 12-volt signal, you could use the cigarette, or you could just use this, and you use this type of port. And this one's too big, but you know what I'm talking about, these types of pins. So that's good, and it is pure sine wave, so that's also very important. And another nice thing is that this sucker is lithium ion phosphate. I know it sounds like lithium ion, but they are not the same thing. The lithium ion phosphate is the newer battery. Okay, there's a light back there too. A couple of different modes for it. Alright. So it does not come fully charged, so I'm going to charge this up, and we're going to run a few things on it to see how it goes. Alright, so before we test this baby up, we're going to charge it up to full capacity. I'm going to plug it in. Alright, let's take a look at this. Let's see. Power on. Not sure if that means it's fully charged or not. Okay, it does, okay. I see it goes up and down a few times, but now you can see it's fully charged, and now I can use it to start testing things. I'm going to start first with my CPAP machine. Okay, so this is the CPAP machine I'm going to run tonight. It's the ResMed Air Sense 10, and it uses a 90 watt AC adapter. So let's plug it in. Okay, looks like it's connected. It's preparing the stuff. Let's see if we could get a display. There we go. So again, it's still at 100%, and once this thing is activated, it'll start going. And I'm not gonna activate it right now because I'm not falling asleep yet. But I'm gonna turn this on, and then we're gonna run this all night, and then wake up in the morning to see how much of this battery is left after that. All right. Let's check on this. Let's see, what do I do? Okay, so using the CPAP, I lost 2 bars, and I'm at now 60%. And I use this from, what time is it now? I think it's, I use it from around 9:30 to 6:30. So that's, it's about 9 hours. Okay, so let's continue testing this after I wake up. Okay, so I forgot to record how many watts it consumes, the CPAP, while it's on. So let's see. So it's connected right now. So it's probably high teens, low 20s. Okay, next up we'll make some coffee, and this is not going to be powerful enough for the bigger coffee makers, but I have a small, compact, low-powered coffee maker right here, and it should be enough for that. So I'm just gonna boil water. Same effect. Okay. So it's reading around 700 watts, which is typical for this coffee maker. Okay, so for around 4 minutes later, while this was cooking, I got coffee, and it went down another 20%. It was at 60, now it's 20. Coffee maker shut off because it's done. So now I'm at 40%. That's good. I know it can make me a cup of coffee in the morning. Okay, next up I got 2 phones that essentially dry. This one is completely gone. And I'm going to use the wireless charging on this one to see if that works. And this one has only 4%, so we're going to plug him in. Turn on that port. Okay, so you have to turn on the DC input to turn on this guy. And now we're charging this phone. So it's only at 3%, and it says 2.5 hours to full. And this guy, let's see. All right, so he's charging. You can see that now that I turn on the DC port, he's going. So he's completely dry. So I'm gonna let both these guys charge up fully. That's the most common usage for these things, probably, is charging cell phones. And it is using 11 watts right now for both of them. So let's come back in 2 hours and 26 minutes. Okay, it's been about an hour. Let's see, we're at 43%, hour and 29 left. Let's look on this wireless charging one. It's still chugging away. All right, so this phone always gives me a hard time with certain wireless chargers, and you have to line it up exactly, and you need to see this little lightning bolt for it to know it's on. But even then, sometimes it shuts off, so I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this phone, but we'll recenter it and give it a shot. We're back again. Let's check on the status. All right, well, this is fully charged now. Down here now. Okay, it's still 40%, and let me unplug that. So you see 8 watts is going, and this is now unplugged, so it's going here now. So let's try a new position on that. and come back. All right, so I don't know if it's my phone or it's this charger, because this is a really old phone. I haven't used it for a while. That has a hard time with this charging pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug this guy in right here. All right, so I got this guy charging, plugged in this time. We got the lightning bolt, so we're going to keep going. It's still sitting at 40%, and I'm going to try to find a different phone, a newer phone than this guy. This is an iPhone SE. To try charging up there. All right, I swapped phones and I put on my newer iPhone 13 and it's at 61%, and we'll make sure that charging pad works, and it's not just because it's my old guy that I just used for recording is charging up just fine, and we'll go back when it's full to see if it changed from 40% or not. You can see it's still charging at 5 watts. So I'm going to take my phone because I need it. Okay, it's 100% charged, and we're still at 40%. Nothing's output. All right, so let's see what else we could do with this. I have a dry laptop that keeps telling me I need to plug it in or it's gonna shut down, so I have to plug it in. And it's got this slot right here for plugs with the 3 prongs. So let's get that on. Okay, so now you could see the laptop is drawing the current. It's around 35, 40. Anyways, so now I'm back up. Before it told me I couldn't turn it on because it needed to be plugged in. So now you can see it's plugged in, so it's got enough juice to run my laptop too. So let's see. It's at 40% right now, and it's drawing 40 milliamps, watts. Let's see what it does. All right, so now it's charged up to 31%, and it's still showing 40% battery level here, so that's good. I mean, it runs and charges my computer, a couple cell phones, made some coffee. I ran the CPAP last night, so I'd say that's a pretty good success from this little box. So next up, I mean, I know it can charge my devices and run my devices, but next up, I'm going to actually recharge this. Today is not a sunny day, so maybe tomorrow I'm going to hook up some solar panels to this thing and we'll see how well it charges. All right, checking back on my computer. It is fully charged, and now the battery level is down to 20%, and it's running a little bit right now because, you know, this computer is running, so it's taking some current from that. So that should be good. So tomorrow we'll try to charge this with my solar panel. Okay, so I'm here at the side of my house, and I kept charging my laptop battery, so now I'm at 20%. And I have this flexible solar panel right here. It's 100 watt. It's this Kobe solar panel, and I'm going to use this plug. So it takes both types of plugs, so I could actually just plug that one in, but why go through an adapter? You just go straight. Okay, all right, so you can see it's charging, and even with my head in the shade, it's still charging. So let's come back after a little while to see how it's doing. Well, it's not the best day to solar charge, but it's still going. It's still charging 23 watts. All right, a few hours later of on again and off again solar. Well, on again, off again sun, because it's a cloudy day. Let's take a look at it. Let's unplug that and see where we're at. So it charged it up to 40% with marginal sunlight today. I think it's been around 3 hours, I think. But anyways, you know, of course, I had no doubt that the solar charging would work. So this has actually been quite a success. I really liked everything about it. I liked what I was able to run. The only thing is, you have to be careful with the wireless charging. You really have to be centered, but that's pretty normal with most wireless charging stuff. But that's about it. Everything else worked great, and I'm really happy with what I was able to run with this. And I know my friend is going to be happy with it too. He's going to put it in his Winnebago Solice.